This video explains how to use TOPSALE Topbridge application to connect an Excel data source for label printing. Before we start any operations, we need to first ensure that the drivers for all our printers have been correctly installed. For demonstration purposes, I've set up two printers here. Let's check out their drivers. Go to Windows Settings. Click Printers and Scanners. We can see printer 236 is a third brand printer which supports the TSPL protocol. This is a Zebra printer which is supporting the ZPL protocol. We are able to see that the all drivers for the two printers have been accurately installed. Let's back to our self-service portal. Our Excel printing feature is placed on our TOPSALE self-service portal. Using this URL showing on the screen, we can access the TOPSALE self-service portal. If you click Excel Print for the first time, you will be asked to log in. If it is your first time using our service, you can find the Register button on the Login page. You can click on the Register feature to sign up as a new user. You only need to provide your email address and password to register. After registration is complete, the system will send a verification email to the email address you used for registration. The service will only be available after your email has been verified. I already have my account, which is why I choose to log in directly. We can see that our page has now arrived at the Excel print function. In fact, our Excel print comes with two usage modes. One method involves downloading an empty template file first, which has only contained the headers, and then you proceed to input the relevant data lines in. The second mode involves having a spreadsheet of product data which was exported from another system. Then, our TOPSALE self-service Excel print feature is used to match each headers with those in the label template fields, allowing for printing directly. Now, I'll start by introducing the first option. We will use the customized template for our printing needs. For every new registered user, our system will incorporate several standard templates for testing purposes. Of course, you can edit or add a new template for related content. Please check out other videos on our channel. We will not cover it here. After we choose a template, we can see that all the data columns for this template are already listed. We can download a blank file by simply using the Download Excel Template option. We can see that this file only contains headers. You might have noticed that a Copies column has been added after all required fields. This column is used to specify how many copies of each label needed. So now we need to manually type in data. I have now finished entering the data. For example, I need to print out the different selling prices and units of sale for 3 products here, as well as their QR codes together. I would like to print 2 copies of each label. Now the spreadsheet has been updated correctly and saved on my disk. Let's back to the self-service portal. Click Next. Upload the spreadsheet where we have filled in the product information. The headers from the spreadsheet will be listed here. This lets you confirm again that the imported file is correct. Then click Next. In this step, we still have the opportunity to switch another template for printing. We keep selecting the Customize here Since the fields we import perfectly match the fields in template, we can almost achieve complete automatic matching here without any modifications needed. Here is the label preview area. We can see 3 labels total here because there are 3 records in the spreadsheet. Each label will be printed twice. Now click Next. Our web page will now check if Topbridge application has been installed correctly. If Topbridge application isn't installed, this step will prompt you to install it. When this prompt showed, you can simply click Download Topbridge to navigate into the download page. We offer 2 download methods. One is via the Microsoft App Store, and the other is our independent Download Center. Now, I'll use our Download Center to give you an example. I've already finished downloading our app installer. After downloading, double-click App Installer, then click Install button. App Installer will fetch our installation package from cloud and install it on your local system. After the installation is complete, the Topbridge will be launched automatically. At the initial launch, the application will ask you to log in. Please pay attention here to sign in with the same account you were using in the self-service portal on the last step. Only in this way can the resources between them be mutually accessible. After login, the browser will ask you to open Topbridge application again. Please click Open Topbridge button. Our application is now already logged in successfully with the same account of self-service portal. The signed-in account will be shown here. Make sure it is the correct account. Let's back to the print screen. Try to tap Retry button to see what will happen in the next step. However, the web page detects that although Topbridge application is installed, no printer have been configured yet. We need setup in the Topbridge application. You can find the application is folded in the system tray area. Double-click and choose the printer button. Bingo! You can see that none of the printers have a print protocol set yet. Let's leave the Zebra printer to ZPL and set the printer 236 to TSPL protocol here. Okay, our app has been installed. Printer has been set up. Go back to self-service portal and press Retry again. Cool! 2 printers have been successfully listed here. Now, let's try printing with the 236 printer first. Obviously, each label is seen to be successfully printed twice. What amazing the activities is. 1 click for all label printed. Similarly, you can also try printing with a Zebra printer with a simply selection change. In the same way, it will also manage to print 2 copies of each label. Sometime, we do not want to fill in a blank spreadsheet with only headers. We may already have a file exported from another system. I have exported the product data from a third-party system for demo. After go through the spreadsheet, the columns provided here are completely different from the columns required by our template. Now, let's import this spreadsheet to try what will happen in the next steps. I can't wait. Select Quick Print button in here. Then select the spreadsheet exported from the third-party system as the file to upload to our self-service portal. Similarly to the previous step, all headers from this spreadsheet will be listed here. Then click Next. Now, choose a label template for printing. We'll pick Customize, again in here. At this step, you can map the data source headers to the label fields with simply selection. Amazing! We use field name as the key for auto matching. The data source has a column called name, and the template has a field, name too, so it already matches automatically. The logic behind barcodes is the same. For example, the data source has a column called sales price, which corresponds to the value in our list price field. Unit of measure corresponds to the price unit in our list price field. You can also map a field to the QR code. Here's our preview. We can see that we have mapped these 5 columns with their fields. All looks good right now. Individually mapped to our label templates. Now let's click Next, then select 236 to print. We can see a total of 5 records. Each record will be correctly printed with a label. If you like a few copies for each label, how can we do? Let's open this spreadsheet again and move to the end of columns. Create a copies column. Type copies in. Currently, I just assume that need print 2 copies for each item you select. Similarly, we can go back here and make our selections. Choose our spreadsheet for upload. Select one template. Similarly as previous step, select the measure of unit, sales price, and QR code mappings here. Then click Next to go to Print Selection page and select a Connect to Print. Then we can see that each label will be correctly printed twice following our requirement. Okay, all content above introduces how to use our Topbridge application integrate with TOPSALE Excel print feature placing on self-service portal for label printing.